Hi everyone! Welcome to your hot mess yoga class. My name is Elyse. Today's class is an intermediate level class. In the future, I plan on releasing some beginner level classes, but today I really wanted to focus on how to strengthen your outer hip muscles. So with that in mind, you're going to need a block for today's yoga class and just get it started at the top of your mat. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. You can use one of those hard plastic water bottles. If you don't have that, feel free to grab a book. If you don't have a book, wow, I heard Harry Potter's really good. Come into Hero's Pose. Bring your big toes together, your knees together, and take a seat on your heels. Rest your palms comfortably onto your thighs. Feel free to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and a large open mouth exhale. Let's do that again. A nice long full deep breath in. Open mouth to release. Remember that you took the time to pause your day to allow yourself to connect to your yoga practice. An opportunity to connect with your thoughts, with your body, hopefully with a little joy and laughter in our practice today as well. Allow whatever is waiting for you outside of your mat to just wait patiently for you. And take one more round of breath and begin to hinge forward into a tabletop position. Allow the tops of your feet to stretch out by tapping them onto the floor. You can shake your hips to the right and to the left. Even feel free to roll out your neck and shoulders. Start to make your way up to standing on your knees. Step your right foot forward so you're in a kneeling low lunge. Start to put weight down into your left shin. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Tighten through your core. Exhale, side bend to the right. Hug your inner thighs in tightly together to support the stretch running along through your left side. Relax your left shoulder down. Only if it's comfortable in your neck, feel free to look up at your left palm. Feel your outer hip muscles squeeze in. Inhale, come back up. Replace your right knee onto the floor and switch out. Step your left foot forward. Keep your right knee on the ground. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Hug your inner thighs. Feel your left rib cage anchor down towards your left hip to allow your right side to get as much of a stretch as possible. If you feel your right shoulder coming up towards your earlobe, pull it down. Inhale, lift back up. Begin to rotate around so that your knees are facing one of the long sides of your mat. And we'll try on a variation of gate pose. Start with your left leg out so that your left heel is in line with your knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Lift your left leg up in line with your hip. Take a second, find your stability. And on an inhale, begin to lower your left heel. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower your heel. Exhale, lift. If you find that your right wrist feels a little sensitive, make a fist with your right knuckles onto the mat instead. Get ready to hold your left leg up to the ceiling. Give me one more full set. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold here. Pulse your left ankle up. Up. Get your ankle as high up as you can. Almost done. Hold, squeeze. Good. Bring your foot back down. Let's take this to the other side. Left knee to the floor. Extend your right leg out. Again, you want your right heel in line with your left knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Lift your right leg up. Get your left hip to stay right in line with your left knee. Inhale, drop your right ankle. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, kick, and keep it going. Take your top collarbone and rotate it back towards the wall behind you. Feel free to make a fist once again with your bottom hand. We are going to get ready to hold in 3, in 2. Last full set. Hold here. Begin to pulse, pulse, Get your ankle as high up to the ceiling as possible, squeezing through your low abdominal wall. Almost done. Finish it out and lower your foot back down. Great job. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Now everybody, give me a little wiggle, a little shake, little wiggle, little shake. That was for me and also to help stretch out your outer hips. Bring yourself to a tabletop so your fingertips are facing the top of your mat. Anchor down into your palms. Inhale, begin to lift your right leg open to the side. So basically, you want to look like a dog going to the bathroom. Line up your hips with each other and bring your right knee back down. Inhale, lift your right knee up. Exhale, lower back down. So here's the thing, everybody. Worry a lot less about how high can you get your right knee up towards the ceiling and concentrate on keeping your hips in line with each other. And as you're lifting your right knee up, you still want your kneecaps in line with each other. Replace your right shin onto the mat and let's stretch out your wrists. Take the tops of your hands onto the mat, your fingertips face your knees and wiggle out your fingers. Place your palms back down and let's do this to the other side. Begin to lift your left leg up. Aim to get your knees still in line with each other. Keep your hips in line with each other as well. So you might be able to see this in the video that I actually have a hip injury, so this is a lot harder for me. And I'm going to prioritize keeping the form working instead of worrying about how high can I lift my left leg. Squeeze your outer hips and your forearms in towards each other. Start to lower back down, walk your hands another palm print in front of you, and take this into your first down dog of class. Since it's the first one, take some time here. Pedal out your legs. Shake your head yes and no. Honestly, anything that just feels good for you right now. As soon as you are ready to hold this pose, grip down into your finger pads. Feel your upper arm bones pulling back and in towards your hips. Look back at your feet. Hide your heels behind your toes. Like you're a tightrope walker, begin to place your right heel in front of your left big toe, left heel in front of your right big toe, and tightrope walk to the top of your mat. And when you get to the top, come into ragdoll pose. Separate your feet about hip width distance. Bend your knees, grab for opposite elbows, and let your head be as heavy as possible. If you want a little bit more of a low back stretch, you can take a basket grip around the nape of your neck. Relax your fingers to the floor. Begin to toe heel your feet together. And with a soft or a deep bend into your knees, with a heavy head, roll up to a standing position. When you get to the top, circle shrug your shoulders down. Option to bring your hands to your heart and maybe close your eyes. Take a moment. Remember why you are here today. What is your focus? What is going to fuel your practice today? Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain. Lift your arms up and overhead. Drill your heels to the floor and create a directional tilt of your pelvic region, scooping forward to the top of your mat. Grab a hold of your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right, and like what we did earlier, begin to lift your left leg up. Good. Squeeze your outer hips, push your shoulders down. Inhale, lift back up. Grab a hold of your right wrist. Exhale, side bend to the left, like I'm a little teapot. So as you're lowering your torso, lift your right leg up as a counterweight. Draw your abdominal wall in tight to help support you, and it's okay to be a little wiggly. It's okay to fall out of the pose. You are strengthening your muscles. Inhale, mountain, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Glide your hands through your heart. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop your spine. Exhale, come into a high plank. Hinge forward, lower all the way down to your belly for some cobra crunches. Interlace your hands around the nape of your neck. Exhale, lift your chest. Inhale, forehead to the mat. Exhale, lift your chest. As you're doing this, keep the tops of your feet on the floor. Open your elbows out nice and wide and feel your low back getting stronger with each rep. You've got 4 more. Press down into the tops of your feet. Final 3. Good. Fight through it. Last 2. Oh, last full 1. Come all the way up as high as you can. Lower down. Place your hands underneath your armpit area. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, press back into your down dog. Nicely done. Alrighty, starting with your left foot, begin to tightrope walk to the top of your mat. Taking your time to get each heel to step forward in front of your big toe. And when you get to the top, bring your feet back together like normal. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain, dig your heels into the floor. When you get to the top, grab a hold of your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right, lift your left leg up. Inhale, come back to center. Switch out. Exhale, side bend to the left, squeeze your outer left hip muscle. Inhale, mountain, stabilize and reach. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop your spine. Exhale, starting in a high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Let's get those cobra crunches again. Hands around the nape of your neck, shorter set this time. Exhale, lift your chest. Boom, 3 more. Exhale, lift. Squeeze your shoulders tight. Last 2. Push down into the tops of your feet to lift you. 1 more. Get as high as you can. Place your hands underneath your armpits, curl your toes, and inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lean your chest towards your shins. Exhale, step, hop, float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, mountain. Squeeze your outer hip muscles. When you get to the top, grab your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right. Aim your arms in line with your ears. Inhale, come back up. Switch out your hands. Exhale, side bend, tilt to the left. Inhale, mountain, stabilize with your legs. Exhale, forward fold, glide your hands through your heart. Inhale, halfway lift, put pressure into your shins with your hands. Exhale, high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. 2 cobra crunches. Interlace your hands, breathe in. Exhale, lift your torso. 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale, lift, push through it. Plant your palms. Option to go through an up dog and a down dog or a tabletop right into your downward facing dog. Ay, Dios mío. Take a deep breath in and a dramatic teenager sigh out. Inhale, stretch your chest back. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the top of your mat. Bring your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, bend your knees, and right away take your hands and place them on your low back, and ensure that your low back isn't arching by using your hands to tuck your tailbone downward towards the back of your knees. From here, begin to reach your arms up and overhead, and exhale, lower your hands down towards your heart. Keep your feet where they're at, open your knees out nice and wide, and then knock your knees back together to touch. Knees open, knees close, knees open, knees close, and feel free to add the arms. Opposite hand, opposite knee. That's right, everybody. We're doing the Charleston for 3, Charleston knees for 2. 1 hold, inhale, chair. Take a second, reground yourself. And exhale, chair crunch. Bend your elbows, hollow out your low belly, and tap your elbows onto your knees. Anchor down into your right heel. Inhale, lift up for a single leg mountain pose. Float your left knee up, flex your toes, take a second, let it wiggle. Reach back with your hands and start to directionally tilt your pelvic region forward, and then grab a hold of your sits bones. Yes, you are touching your own butt in this moment. You're welcome. Exhale, figure 4 chair. Connect your left ankle to your right quadricep. Begin to bend your right knee. Now, the reason why you're touching your butt right now is to see if one hip has dropped down lower than the other. Once you're sure that your hips are in line with each other, bring your hands to your heart. Any amount, lean your chest forward. Squeeze your outer hip muscles in nice and tight. You can keep checking back to see if your hips are coming out of alignment at all. Push down into your right heel. Inhale, single leg mountain. Lift your arms up and overhead. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Extend your left leg back. Tap your toes to the floor. Take a second, assess your alignment. Squeeze your inner thighs in tight and push your chest forward. Inhale, warrior two. Circle weave your left arm to come across your body. Take a second, adjust the distance between your feet if you need that. Root down into your heels. Line up your wrists with your shoulders and gaze over your front fingertips. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Start to rotate your chest to face the front of your mat. Hunker down your weight into your right heel. Big transition, but you can do this. Inhale, tree, Vrikshasana. Connect your left heel to either your ankle, your calf muscle, or all the way up into your inner thigh muscle. Take a moment. Let it wiggle. Soften through your breath. Begin to lower your left foot down. Inhale, mountain. Circle sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Take your head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Stretch out through your spine. Exhale, chaturanga. First one, so enjoy it. Lower halfway down to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Point your toes. Exhale, down dog, nice and slow. Once again, all the way to the top. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, travel there. Inhale, halfway lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, squat down, and unfortunately, no Charleston on this one. Exhale, chair crunch. Tap your elbows into your thighs. Inhale, single leg, lift your right knee up to the ceiling now. Take a second. Feel your right sits bone hunker down to the floor. Reach around, place your hands onto your sits bones. Exhale, figure four chair. Lean your tush back as you lean your chest forward, but prioritize keeping your sits bones in line with each other. Once this feels rooted, option to bring your hands to your heart. You can keep your hands though at your hips for extra alignment support. Anchor down into your left heel. Get ready to move. Inhale, single leg mountain, stretch up to the ceiling. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Dollop your right toes to the back of your mat. Lift your navel off of your thigh and help rotate the front of your right hip just a little bit down towards your left big toe side of your foot. Ground into your front heel. Inhale, warrior two. Weave your right arm overhead. Line up your fingertips over your front toes, your back wrist over your back pinky toe side. Focus forward. Push energy down through your palms. Start to bring your hands to your heart. Rotate your chest to the front of your mat. Inhale, tree, step forward. Gather your right heel to your ankle, calf, or thigh. Glide your shoulders down, but create extension through the crown of your head. Find one place to set your focus on. That will help with your balance quite a bit. Lower your right foot down. Inhale, mountain, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Take it nice and slow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your palms, step back, lower halfway down to the floor. You can always hold a plank or drop to your knees for your push-up. Breathe in. And let's meet back in down dog. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair, squat down, reach your arms up, hands together. Exhale, chair crunch, tap your elbows to your knees. Right heel stays. Inhale, single leg mountain, lift your left knee up. Exhale, figure four chair. You can bring your hands to your hips for more support. Inhale, single leg mountain, shift your left shin forward. Exhale, crescent airplane, launch your fingertips back. Inhale, warrior two, take your time, stretch out. Exhale, hands to your heart, look forward. Inhale, tree. Stay for your exhale. Give this a moment. Lower your left foot down to the floor. Inhale, mountain, reach your arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold, dive your way down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your back. Exhale, chaturanga, high plank to mid plank. Lower midway, inhale, upward facing dog, push the ground away from you. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, Spider-Man your fingers onto the mat. If you don't get that reference, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair, push deep into your sits bones. Exhale, chair crunch, tap your elbows on top of your thighs. Inhale, single leg mountain, lift your right knee up towards the ceiling. Exhale, figure four chair, push your hips back to lean your chest forward. Inhale, single leg mountain, reach and lift. Exhale, crescent airplane, launch forward. Inhale, warrior two, take a second, open up. Exhale, hands to your heart, look forward. Inhale, tree, press your right heel into some part of your leg. Anchor down into your foundational heel. Inhale, mountain, reach your arms back up. Exhale, forward fold, dive your way down. Inhale, halfway lift, almost think up dog with your chest. Exhale, chaturanga, squeeze your armpit muscles in tight as you lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. We got one more full set. You can do it. This is where you really tap into why you chose to take a class today. Come to the top of your mat for your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair, squat down, reach up. Exhale, chair crunch, round your spine. Inhale, lift your left knee up to the ceiling, single leg mountain. Exhale, figure four chair, push your hips back. Inhale, single leg mountain, stabilize and lift. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms, launch your chest forward. Inhale, warrior two, reach out. Exhale, hands to heart, look forward. Inhale, tree. Yeah, it might be a little wiggly right now. Take a breath. Also, if you're wondering where my accent is from, Chicago. Inhale, mountain, step your left foot down, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, glide your way back down towards your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, plant your palms, squeeze in tight, lower halfway, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Remember why you're here and let that fuel these next movements. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair, power up your glutes, reach up. Exhale, chair crunch, round your spine. Inhale, single leg, right knee leads the way up. Exhale, figure four chair, anchor down with your right ankle. Inhale, single leg, pull straight up. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two, stretch and reach. Exhale, hands to heart, look forward. Inhale, tree, push into your left heel. Glue your right heel to your leg. Glide your shoulders down. Inhale, mountain, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhale, halfway lift your chest. Exhale, step, hop, or float for your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, stretch through your low belly. Exhale, down dog, take a seat, grab some water, towel off. Whoo! Alrighty, team. I hope you are enjoying class so far. Please do me a favor and remember that this is my real job. So check out my website. It's hotmessyoga.life. That's HAWT messyoga.life. All right, let's get into some core. Lower down onto your back. Bring the soles of your feet together. Flatten your low back onto the floor by directing your pelvic region to rotate upwards towards your ceiling. You can always check it out by trying to slide your hands underneath your low back, but you don't want to have a lot of room down there. Take your hands around the nape of your neck. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale to crunch yourself up. Inhale to lower you down. Exhale to lift you up. Now, as you're going along with this, you want to smash your feet together, open your knees out nice and wide, and think up with your chin and with your chest. So if you feel like your chin is really rounding forward towards your thighs, go straight up towards the ceiling. Almost done. We've got two more. Squeeze, lift. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, crunch, lift. Good. Just one more full set. Hold at the top. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling and start to find little baby pulses. Pulse up, up, just for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good job. Take any counter stretch that feels good to you right now. Get set up for bridge lifts. Bend your knees and line up your heels with your sits bones. Flatten your low back by tilting your pelvic region up. Drop your arms by your sides and press your palms into the floor. Exhale to lift and inhale to lower. Exhale, lift your hips. Inhale, lower down. Now without technically moving, feel your heels squeegee back towards your shoulders as you still feel your fingertips reaching forward towards your heels. Concentrate on squeezing through your low back and your low belly. Hug your core in tight. Push down into your heels to help you lift. Take one more. Hold here at the top. Little pulses. Pulse up, up, just for 4. Squeeze through at 3. Keep your knees nice and wide. 2 and 1. Lower your booty back down. Again, take a counter stretch of your choice. You can see I chose happy baby because that felt good in that moment. Yeah, super sweaty. God, I'm the sweatiest. Alrighty, friends, rock and roll up to a seat and start to transition this into a high plank position. Press down into your right hand, inhale, side plank. Now hold here. So you're going to have a couple options for our hip dips. Option 1, keep your ankles together, and on an inhale, you drop your hips, and on an exhale, lift up. Or take your left foot behind your right knee and inhale, drop your hips down, and exhale, lift back up. Keep going, inhale down and exhale, lift. So fun fact, still working through a hip injury. Do as I say in this, not as I do. All right, make your way back into a high plank. Left hand is your base this time. Inhale, side plank once again. And remember, it's an inhale to drop your hips and an exhale to lift your hips. So if you want to set up with your right foot behind your left knee, go ahead. But inhale to drop and exhale to lift. Again, don't look really so much at what I'm doing, but focus on dropping your hips down and pressing your hips up with the exhale. Make your way back into a tabletop position. And from here, lower your forehead onto the mat for embryo pose. So your big toes and your knees are together, your forehead rests on the mat. Relax your arms down to your sides. Take a moment, recenter your breath. Thank your body for all the hard work it just did. If it helps, I hate myself too in core section, so, you know, that's great. Take one more long breath in. And start to anchor down into your palms, lift your head back up, transition into your high plank position, and exhale, down dog. Let's get back into the swing of things, re-engage your ujjayi breath in through your nose, and out through your nose. Start to lean your chest back towards your shins. And exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Let's just take a moment to reset. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. One more inhale, halfway lift. Moving on. Exhale, chaturanga, plant your palms. Hinge forward, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing, stretch it up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, drag your right heel up to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge, take your foot and line it up basically with your toes. Inhale, warrior 2. Hunker down into your heels. Draw your shoulder blades in nice and tight. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, warrior 1. Rotate your chest to face the front of your mat, any amount. All right, team, here's the thing. After years of teaching and after years of practicing, warrior 1 can be taught in so many different ways. So here's what I learned. You need to feel a big stretch in the front of your left hip and a big squeeze in your right glute. So if that means you take a shorter distance between your legs, if that means both hips are facing forward, cool. But remember, this is your body, your practice. Find the stretch into your left hip, squeeze down into your right sits bone. Lower your hands to your heart, anchor down into your right heel. Inhale, single leg mountain. Pull your left knee forward. reach up long. Exhale, eagle, Gerudasana. Left thigh on top, weave your left elbow underneath. Like Warrior One, this pose can be taught in a bunch of different ways as well. And we're gonna work on the one that I really like for strength training. Lean your chest back like a trust fall so that your shoulders, your hips, and your right heel are as much in line with each other as possible. Lift up your elbows to shoulder height. If you find that this is a little too tight in your chest, you can always grab for opposite elbows. But take a round of breath. Squeeze your arms and legs in nice and tight. Inhale, single leg mountain. Unravel your arms and legs. Exhale, a nice little variation of dancer's pose. Reach around and grab for the big toe side of your left foot. Going back to that image of a dog going to the bathroom, we're going to stretch and strengthen your hips. Open up your hips towards the left edge of your mat. Now, feeling that stretch, let's find the strength now. Begin to rotate the front of your left hip to face the floor, almost like your hips are back in a halfway lift. Squeeze your outer right hip muscle to roll back to the left edge of your mat. Up dog your chest. Kick hard into your back palm. And I really hope you felt the difference of having your hip open versus now having it closed down to the floor. Inhale, mountain pose. Come all the way back up, release your foot. Exhale, Muppet Dance Asana, trademark. Shaky, 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 shaky out your body. If you're looking at the screen, you can see I'm having a basic meltdown. That's nice. Yeah, very sweaty. Can you believe I was single? Inhale, mountain, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Use this as an opportunity to tune out my bullshit. Inhale, halfway lift your chest. Exhale, chaturanga, plant your palms, lower halfway down. Find the variation that works for you, and I'll see you guys in down dog. Nice and slow again on the left. Inhale, kick your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your toes in line with your fingers. Inhale, warrior two. So yeah, traditionally speaking, your hips are basically in this same position, keeping your feet roughly here. Inhale, rotate your chest towards the top of your mat. And now do some inventory. If your right knee just does not like this, step your right foot forward, rotate the front of your hips to face the front of your mat. Stretch into the front of your right hip. Keep that stretch active by squeezing down into your left sits bone. And this is called warrior for a reason. Feel the strength pulsing through your body. Allow your breath to keep you steady and calm. Lower your hands to your heart. Inhale, single leg mountain, step forward. And exhale, eagle, wrap your right thigh on top, your right elbow underneath. Glue your arms and legs in nice and tight together. And like a trust fall, lean your chest back to the wall behind you. Find one spot to focus on. Push your shoulders down and away from your ears. It's okay to be shaky. The best advice I ever got was from a 3-year-old. If you had fun, you won. So it's okay. Do what you can and find some peace. Inhale, begin to unravel your arms and legs. Let's play with that variation of dancer's pose again. Reach down and grab for the big toe side of your right foot with your right hand, taking a second to open up your right hip towards the right edge of the mat. Again, that image of dog going to the bathroom. Now, to strengthen your hips, start to rotate your right quadricep, the front of your thigh, to roll down and face the floor. Work your outer left hip muscle in tight to the bone. Squeeze your inner thighs in tight, and remember, glutes are big muscles for a reason. Hunker them down in and around your hips. Stretch up long through your fingertips. Almost done. Keep kicking back into your back palm. Begin to release out of the pose. Inhale, mountain, reach your arms long up. And exhale, Muppet Dance Asana. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake, 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 shake. And come back up to a standing position. Inhale, mountain, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold, glide your way down. Inhale, halfway lift, stretch out your back. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you can hold a high plank, you can drop down to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. We've been here a few times, know how it feels. Exhale, extended side angle, but here's the thing, we're gonna prep you for a different pose. So on an exhale, lift your torso back up, and on an inhale, lower back down. Inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Imagine you're holding on to a balloon string to help you lift and lower. Hold, place your left hand onto your left hip, reach down with your right hand, inhale, half moon, but we're gonna take it in chunks. You could start with your left leg straight, and then like a teeter-totter, tip your chest down as you lift your left leg up. For balance, you can look down at the floor, and then any amount, begin to rotate your chest open towards the long side of your mat, using your left leg as a counterweight. Inhale, reverse warrior, and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Now, we're not going to do anything super fancy schmancy in your wide-legged forward fold today, so feel free to rock back and forth, side to side. Totally up to you if you want to take a twist or a chest expansion, or you can do what one of my friends taught me. It's a very special pose. It's called Agua Asana. It's where you stop what you're doing right now and you just drink some water. Please take the variation that feels good for you. All right, inhale, halfway lift your chest. Exhale, low lunge, crawl to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, down dog. Let's hold here for a second. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga, or hold your high plank or drop to your knees. See you guys in down dog. Left side, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, reach out. Exhale, extended side angle, and let's find those oblique lifts. Exhale to lift your chest up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Again, holding onto that pretend balloon string to lift and lower you. Keep squeezing your heels in. Inhale, start to reach down with your left hand. Lunge into your knee. Exhale, find the variation of half moon that works for you. So you can stop with your right toes to the floor or begin to elevate your right heel up. Any amount, rotate your chest towards the right edge of your mat. Draw your shoulder blades in tight. This is my Everest pose, so know that it's okay to be wiggly and shaky. Point of note though, ensure that your left toes are still facing the front of your mat instead of letting them rotate to the top right corner. Squeeze everything out. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Now, if you look at the video, you're going to see something spectacular. It's this. I messed up so badly when we filmed this that my beautiful editor couldn't fix my crap. So here's where we're going to meet back up. We're going to start with the prep variation of crow pose, Bakasana. So starting in a forward fold at the top of your mat, plant your palms, bend your elbows, bend your knees. Now, a few variations. Knees can go close to your armpits, closer down to your elbows, or wrap your thighs around your outer tricep area. Because I'm a classy broad, my knees like to go up into my armpits. Begin to tip your chest forward. Think Halloween cat with your spine. And then play, lifting one foot up, maybe the other foot up. Eventually, you'll bring your big toes together and bring both heels up towards the ceiling. It took me a solid year to get that pose, so know that it's just a work in progress. Now, for my friends that are like, oh my God, Elyse, I'm so good at crow, what's my next step? You are gonna try on a headstand. Feel free to scoot yourself up against a wall. Plant the crown of your head onto the floor, widen your legs out to a V shape, squeegee your elbows in towards your rib cage. And with your legs in this V shape, because we've worked your outer hips so much, you can start to tip forward with your legs in that V shape. Bring your ankles together. And if you want to get real fancy, take a few open and closed expressions with your legs. You have some time here to keep playing with crow or to keep playing with your headstand. If you want to keep playing, this might be a really good place to pause the video. Take your time, keep playing with crow or headstand. When you are ready to get back into the swing of things though, grab your prop. So whether that was a yoga block or a water bottle or even a book, just something that gives you some structure. When you're ready to get back into the thick of things, turn so that your feet are facing the long edge of your mat. So about outer hip width distance between your feet. And then take your prop and place it directly in front of your nose area. You're going to press your hands into the block and then create a cat spine with your torso and with your shoulders. Anchor down into your right heel. Feel your outer right hip muscle shove over towards the left. Inhale any amount. Begin to lift your left foot off the floor. So all of the hard work we've been doing with your outer hips. Don't worry about how high your leg is. Look down and ensure that your left heel is still in line with your right, even though it's floating off the ground. One more breath, give it all you got. Gently tap your left foot back down. Other side. Feel your outer left hip muscle fire up to support you. Begin to tip just a little bit to the left and feel your right leg lift up. The priority though is to not let your right hip get super high up towards the ceiling. You still want your low back even in line with your ceiling tiles. Take one more kick up through your heel, lower down, shake out your hips once again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job, everybody. Let's start to wind you down because you guys have definitely earned it. Option to go through a chaturanga. Let's start to make your way back into your down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee towards your right wrist and your right ankle any amount towards your left wrist. Very similar to Warrior One, a deep stretch in the front of your left hip, a deep squeeze in your right glute. And when you are ready, lower down onto your forehead. Work your outer hip muscles to vacuum seal and tight to the bone. Relax your shoulders down. Half pigeon is one of those poses that you are either the happiest camper right now, or this is really where you have that internal work of committing to this moment and to this breath. Let gravity help sink your hips further down to the floor. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed down your spine. Measure your inhales to match the length and depth of your exhales. Begin to lift your chest back up. Curl your left toes to tuck underneath you. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling, and right now, this is any movement that feels good for your hip, your knee, your ankle. Doesn't have to look pretty or fancy, just feels good. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee towards your left wrist, your left ankle any amount towards your right wrist. And when you are ready, lower your forehead down towards the mat for sleeping pigeon. If your block is still handy, you can place the block underneath your forehead or double up your hands to use your hands like a little pillow for your forehead to rest on. This side might have a whole different experience. So no need to force your body to feel the exact same way that it did on the right side. Take this as a moment, though, to reconnect with why you decided to do a yoga class today. So whether you are new to your mat, remind yourself that you're a student and you're allowed to learn and explore. Take another long breath in and start to prop yourself back up. Tuck your right toes underneath you and lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Take any wiggles or movements that feel good to you right now. And when you are all done working out your fidgets, drop down to a seat. Swing your legs around in front of you. Keep your left leg relatively straight. It's not stick straight. And then begin to draw your right knee in towards your chest. This is first expression of twisted sage. If you'd like a little bit more, you take your right ankle and place it to the outside of your left thigh. The full expression, curl your left heel back to wrap around your right glute. Take a second, press both glutes evenly to the floor. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, twisted sage. Use your left tricep into your right thigh to help steer your left collarbone towards the back corners of your mat. With every inhale, create extension through the crown of your head. Allow your exhale to twist you a little bit deeper. Rotate your chest to face the top of your mat. Plant your palms back behind you. Prepare yourself. Exhale, rocket transition, cross your opposite thigh on top. Inhale, lift your right arm back up. Exhale, twisted sage. Use your right elbow now to help rotate your left collarbone back towards the right long side of your mat. The deeper we get into the end of class here, the more I want you to tune me out. Focus a lot more on your breath and finding the pace that really works for you. Inhale, start to come back to center. Straighten both legs out in front of you. Do a quick removal of the blessings out from underneath your sits bones. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Remember, it's not necessarily about touching your feet. It's all about creating length. So flex your toes, straighten your legs. Always feel free to have a micro bend into your knees and allow each exhale to tip your chest centimeter by centimeter closer down towards your shins. In these longer holds, here's where we really practice patience and breath work. Inhale, begin to lift yourself back up. You might need to scoot forward so you have enough room to lower down onto your back. Take your right ankle and place it onto your left quad. Come into a supine figure 4. Option 2, interlace your hands around your left hamstring. For a deeper stretch, you can place your right hand to your inner right knee. Also consider playing with keeping your left foot onto the floor, or parallel your left shin in line with your knee like mine, or even straightening your left leg up towards the ceiling. That might feel a little bit better in your left knee joint area. But allow your neck and shoulders to rest heavily onto the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, supine figure 4 with a twist. Roll onto your left hip and glue the sole of your right foot onto the mat. Point your right knee up towards the ceiling. You can goalpost your arms or reach down and grab for your left foot with your right hand. And use your right hand to gently tug your left heel a little bit closer towards your glutes. Long, deep breath. Begin to come back to center. Switch out the cross of your legs. Take your left ankle on top of your right quad and experiment with your supine figure 4. If you are taking the interlace behind your hamstring, ensure that it is behind your hamstring and not interlaced around your shin bone. Aim to do the same expression that you did on the other side, so feel free to use your left hand to press your inner left knee away from you, as your right hand might tug your thigh in a little closer. Breathe in. Exhale, supine figure 4. Take the sole of your left foot off to the right edge of your mat. Point your left kneecap up to the ceiling. And if you did so on the other side, reach down with your left hand and grab for the big toe side of your right foot. If it's comfortable, look to the left. If not, feel free to gaze to the top. Start to close your eyes. Inhale, start to come back to center. Bring both knees in towards your chest. And exhale, happy baby. I always recommend grabbing for your hamstring, the back of your thighs first, to really ensure that your hips and low back stay on the floor. But if it feels comfortable, option to grab for your calves or the pinky toe sides of your feet, but keep your low back nice and smeared to the ground. Begin to let go of your variation. Squeeze yourself into a little ball shape. Curl your nose up towards your knees. And exhale, Shavasana. Take a moment. Actually get comfortable. Fix your hair, fix your clothes, wipe off some sweat. And as soon as all the fidgets have left your body, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. You deserve a few moments of peace and quiet, and enjoy the pleasure of your own company. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. When you are ready, reach your arms up and overhead, and at your own pace, roll to whichever side feels comfortable. Use your hands to start to press yourself up to a seat. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow forward. Namaste. We did it! Thank you. Please come visit my page, hotmessyoga.life, HAWT messyoga.life. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your ex-lovers, share with the people who are dropping off all your Amazon packages. Thank you guys so much for taking part of my dream. Remember to drink lots of water and just be decent people. All right, see you on your mats.